This is the Discover Music Show, bringing you the best new sounds and interviews with the hottest new rising stars.
Welcome back to the studio, ladies and gentlemen. This is Family Ranks. Family Ranks are a 7-piece collective fusing soul, hip-hop, electronica and reggae. Whether in the studio or on stage, they are consistently taking listeners on a journey through lush, expansive compositions and dark, hard-hitting grooves and euphoric festival anthems.
It's hard to see her soul through a makeup.
Ruby-Ann, welcome to the studio.
Hello, hi.
So we've just heard a little from Hard to See Her Soul, which we'll be playing more of after this interview. It's released on the 11th of April. How much were you influenced by great soul artists in creating that tune?
Well, I think we were influenced a great deal. A lot of us listened to kind of Erykah Badu, Fat Freddy's Drop, and Laura Muvla, as well as other stuff like Submotion Orchestra. But it's kind of because there's 7 of us, we're pulling in all the influences. But for me as the soul singer, you know, I've always listened to the greats, Nina Simone and Candy Staton and all of that stuff. So I tried to kind of pull that in there. Yeah. And
it sounds absolutely fantastic. I was loving listening to it for the first time this morning. And it was produced by Mark Lewis at Giant Wafer Studios. Did you two see eye to eye immediately, or did you have any differences in approach to producing this song?
I think Mark Lewis has a very unique set of ears for sound, and I think he heard something in us that he really liked. So I think we had a really good experience actually. We did definitely see eye to eye, and he just has a great flair for kind of creating things that are unique, and I feel that's what he kind of how he influenced the rest of the record as well. Yeah, really good experience.
And it's a big band. It's 7 members, including yourself. And I've heard that organising band members is a bit like herding cats. Would you agree? Or
absolutely, especially with seven boys, it's really difficult. And we've all got like other things that we're doing as well. You know, we're all full-time kind of musicians, so it can be really hard. But when we do, we like to meet up in one of the boys' living rooms and have like an evening jam, cups of tea and stuff. But we spend a lot of time together anyway. Yeah, we are like a family. So.
And do you go out together in the evenings as well as work together during the day?
Yeah. I mean, like one of the band members, Jimmy, has a great little a Caribbean food restaurant called The Drop in Chorlton in Manchester, and we often hang out there and make the most of the free rum and cocktails, which is always ace. So yeah.
That sounds fun. And you're of course based in Manchester, your band too. And how are you seeing the direction of the Manchester music scene evolving these days?
I think it's been really good in recent years, especially for hip hop. Obviously there's been the Mouse Outfit, Sangi, and loads of other really cool artists coming out. And I think that's really united a lot of the Manchester musicians and brought about a lot of change in kind of people's perception of what it is to be Northern. I mean, before that it was Oasis and kind of band music, and I think it really has changed and it's diversified and stuff. So it's exciting. Yeah, it's cool.
So soul is still there and making its resurgence, or other forms of music pushing forward? Absolutely,
yeah. Well, not long ago there was a Future Soul Presents at the Ruby Lounge, which was a really big night focused on music, and I think they're kind of putting their foot forward in making a path for the soul acts and the gospel acts as well. I think that's really getting people excited. Obviously, we've got Band on the Wall as well, which is where we got our next gig on, which is on the 14th of March. It's a Monday. So that's a centre for soul, and that's it's got a legacy in Manchester of being a really great venue for soul acts. So we look forward to playing there.
And I think it's fair to say that you've established yourself and your band as a significant act in the Manchester scene now. Was that tough to break through, or how did it go?
Yeah, I mean, it took a fair few, maybe like a year and a half, but a lot of us already had kind of experienced definitely the Manchester music scene. Me and James were solo artists for quite a long time. So it was just about bringing the 7 of us together and kind of putting ourselves out as it's like this new act, which was difficult. And there are a lot of other large kind of bands and stuff. So yeah, it is difficult, but I think each of us brings something different to the band, and we're not in competition. We're here to just make music and have fun. So yeah.
Fantastic. And a quick plug for listeners. You mentioned briefly earlier, but where can we see you live? Where can we see you next?
Right. It's the Band on the Wall in Manchester, and it's on the 14th of March. It's just a Monday night.
Well, that's perfect. Thank you so much for joining us, Ruby-Ann. It's great to have you here.
Thanks so much for talking to me.
Here now is her latest single, Hard to See Her Soul.
This is the Discover Music Show, bringing you the best new sounds and interviews with the hottest new rising stars.
Soul through her makeup. When she cries it streams. Sold the story to the paper. She was just 16. Something wants to save her in me, but I'm no savior. I might drag her down, drag her
she
down.
She didn't grow up in the big city, but the big city's come now. As fragile as the crystal in her mum's house. Needs to be told that she's beautiful before she comes round. Cause of the distance, I guess I dumb down and tell her to bring it down to my cellar. Let her know that it's that damn day down here in this third floor apartment. But the metaphor only gets lost on her 21 years somehow. She's still relating to that information. Probably wants some sort of codependent relationship. She's sailing, she's an escapist, and today'll be the day she'll be evading the escaping. Don't know if I can take her in. A lost soul doesn't know what encased the skin. A lost soul sits alone, encased with sin. And now she's lost, trying to break to him that came within. He says
it's hard to see her soul through her makeup. When she cries it streams. Sold the story to the paper. She was just 16. Something wants to save her in me, but I'm no savior. I might drag her down with me.
you go from the mold you're in with both hands open. It still has nothing to hold you with. Pushing down my patience to prove that you only blush when you made it to do. I gave you something, a piece of the truth. You gave me nothing, you deal in abuse. Cause see, people didn't like when you were seen on the news, which got you fucked up in my ways that we knew. So he says
it's hard to see her soul through her makeup. When she cries it streams. Sold the story to the paper. She was just 16. Something wants to save her in me, but I'm no savior. I might drag her down with